This is WCIA 3 News at 5:30.
It's really important to stop this epidemic, to have that option.
Officials at a meat processing plant put new rules in place to contain an outbreak of COVID-19. Good evening, I'm Mark Maxwell.
And I'm Jen Lask. This is a follow-up. There are now a total of 79 confirmed cases of the virus at Rantoul Foods. That's an increase from 55 known positive cases since Friday. And Dr. David Fletcher from SafeWorks says OSF employees conducted more testing over the weekend. Now, about 500 employees out of 700 have been tested. And Fletcher says the rest will be encouraged to go to community testing centers. He says their testing over the weekend indicates why it's so important for people to wear masks in public.
These people were generally asymptomatic, and that's somewhat scary. That, they were at work, working asymptomatic. I think it really indicates out there that there's a lot of asymptomatic community transmission of the disease.
SafeWorks says CUPHD will interview all employees who have tested positive. They will not report to work until cleared by the health department, and OSF is delivering care kits to infected people. They contain tablets for internet access, education materials, a thermometer, hand sanitizer, and wipes. Village officials are also offering free hotel rooms to infected people who want somewhere to quarantine.
Health officials in Illinois say 1,656 more people have tested positive for the coronavirus. They're also reporting 57 more deaths. In all, 77,741 cases have been confirmed in Illinois. That includes just north of 3,400 deaths. Governor Pritzker pushed back against some of his critics over his plan to reopen the state today. On State of the Union, Governor Pritzker said health officials are being very careful as they monitor these ongoing numbers.
We are being very careful. We have a 28-day period that we're in now during the month of May in which we're watching all these numbers, monitoring them. We've done a lot to make sure that we're keeping these numbers moving in the right direction, and we will not reopen unless we meet all of the standards that I've set for doing so.
Governor Pritzker's phased plan requires each of Illinois' 4 regions to wait at least 28 days before they can move between each phase. Every region in the state right now is in phase 2.
And hospitals, doctors, dentists, they're all preparing to offer more elective routine services. And WCIA 3's Demi Ramirez was there as one dental office put in extra safety measures. She shows us what to expect.
It's just been very lonely, and I'm missing the patients, I'm missing the work, I'm missing going to work.
Jeffrey Frederich's dental office is one of the dental offices across the state preparing to open under strict safety guidelines. They have been closed to the public and have only been seeing patients with emergencies.
What we're going to do is get everything prepared, get the staff in, show them everything that's new, and then slowly start bringing patients in, and then hopefully by next week we'll be going full force.
He explains some of the changes employees and patients will have to follow.
We're putting up plastic shower curtains to separate the rooms. The problem with the virus, it is an aerosol or airborne virus, so if we close it off, that will keep it from spreading all over the office.
Dentists will also be wearing face shields, and patients will be required to wash their hands and mouth when they enter the office.
Dentists are essential personnel, and I know nobody likes to go to the dentist, but some people really need to go to the dentist.
And after 7 weeks at home, some people are looking for any reason to get out of the house, even if it is to go to the dentist.
It's just good to have some normalcy again. We've really been missing the normalcy, and this is really going to help out a lot.
In Champaign, I'm Demi Ramirez, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
For all the latest on COVID-19 and testing numbers, also the impact of the stay-at-home order, this modified order from Governor Pritzker, you can find all that on our website, WCIA.com, or download our news app. It's free.
And one man is hurt after crashing his motorcycle in Macoupin County. Police say a 35-year-old from Staunton was traveling on East Olive Street near William Street when he lost control. The motorcycle rolled several times and he was ejected. The man was not wearing a helmet. He was airlifted to a hospital with life-threatening injuries.
We have an update for you. Last week, we told you about a couple from Catlin searching for 2 strangers who helped them save their dog. Now, they finally know who to thank. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays has more.
Two kayakers helped rescue a family's dog at Kennecook in Danville, and days ago, they connected on social media. The Hurt family was on a hike. Their dog Ellie wandered into the water, but the current was too strong for her. The family tried to save her. Two kayakers saw Ellie struggling to swim and helped bring her to the shore. After we aired the story, one of the kayakers saw it on our station. They reached out to the Hurt family, and they had a virtual meetup on Saturday. The Hurt family says they were happy to tell the kayakers what their actions meant to them that day.
I would want to tell someone thank you. So that was pretty cool, you know, that they were able to allow us to do that, and it was just really nice to talk with them.
The family says Ellie is doing well. They're grateful the kayakers were there to help save their dog Ellie. Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jamie, thanks. The Hurd family says they do plan to stay in touch with the kayakers. They've already talked about getting together for a hike once the stay-at-home order is lifted.